Okay, Marcus, can you tell me what difference you think the Aldingbourne Trust makes?
What difference the Aldingbourne Trust makes? I would say it is an organisation that practices what it preaches. To me, and my experience of Aldingbourne Trust, I've met many of the people who attend Aldingbourne Trust in some way, shape or form, and also I work quite a bit with parents and carers of those people. And I think what it does is it really works to its beliefs and values. And so it really is an empowering organisation, and also it's got the ability to be very creative. So not only is it empowering for people with learning disabilities and empowering enough to enable them to live as full lives as possible, it also sees potential in people, and it's not frightened to try new things. And so whenever I come to the Aldingbourne Trust, one of the great things is there's always new stuff going on. And when I speak to the people I know who attend the Aldingbourne Trust, they're always involved in new projects and trying new things. And it seems to be that there's more of an ethos of, well, let's give it a go. And it's not the end of the world if it doesn't work out, but we've tried. And of course, lots of success from the Aldingbourne Trust. So yeah, I mean, for me, it's really word of mouth. It's the people I know who attend the Trust and parents and carers who I train with also, who always share what a fantastic organisation it is.
I work there, and there's a lot of friends there, and it's that how I need to learn all the new steps. Always when they're there, I'm going to be bored.
To me, Aldingbourne Trust has been a bit of a lifesaver because I didn't have a job for over a year. Absolutely at my wit's end on what to do next, and I love working with people with learning disabilities, and I normally work with children with behavioural problems, and it's my job, it's my vocation. And when I got the interview for Aldingbourne, it just turned my whole life around, really. It made me, I could actually earn some proper money, work in a really good, worthwhile job. Making a bit of a difference, hopefully making a big difference to all my tenants, hopefully. And that's the difference Aldingbourne Trust has made to me. It's made me feel very secure and happy and doing a job I love.
It helps me to have a fairly independent life, and then it helps me to build skills, hopefully have the skills maybe to have work in life as well.
A hell of a lot of a difference. It gets the people to engage with the public as well as do the work. They get more of a feeling that they're part of life.
The Audingbourne Trust makes a difference with Aggie because there's a lot of children out there like Aggie, and if it wasn't for them, then they wouldn't get the help that they needed. So without them, no families would have any help and how to go on with life and what to do with their children and families and that. So it does make a lot of difference.
I think it makes a huge difference in the lives of the tenants who work within or who live within it. I've seen, since I've been here, tenants move from not having much independence to moving out of Milton Lodge and into the community to have places of their own where they just get outreach support, and that's a huge achievement both for the staff and the Aldingbourne as a whole, and obviously it's a phenomenal improvement to the lives of the tenants.
I feel the Aldingbourne Trust sort of took a punt on me, really. They employed me to run this group and actually set this group up. It didn't exist before I started, and I was only 23 then, so I, in many ways, feel like they kind of took a bit of a risk with that, as I was a bit of an unknown quantity at that time, and I'm incredibly grateful that they did, because, it's changed my life in a lot of ways, and the people that you meet, not just the clients. Obviously the clients is a massive part of that, but the staff at the wider environment, as you say, up at Acorn at the residential projects, and you know, at the country centre. And as the country centre has expanded, we're kind of adding different facets to it all the time. So it's it's a dynamic and interesting place to work. And as I say, I suppose I'm grateful really that they took a chance on me.
For Aldingbourne Trust, it's just generally helping me to try and get a better job, basically, something that's more part-time and more permanent than some of the work I do at the moment. It not just helps me, it helps everyone that isn't involved with it by giving them a variety of roles and chances to meet friends, and gives them places to live, whether it's independent or supported. It helps them to become more independent, and I also think it helps the people who we deal with on either a customer basis or on a carer basis to understand us more.
If we didn't have the Aldingbourne Trust, I don't know what would have happened to Graham.
Big question, isn't
It is a big question.
It improves people's quality of life. It gives people greater opportunities to do things, to be involved in things, to make the most of their skills and talents and abilities, to have a sense of purpose and achievement, to feel like they're part of something that is progressive, that's doing things, that's vibrant, that's energetic, dynamic, that is part of the community that people know about. So that I Andrew, for example, this is my garden at Aldingbourne Country Centre. Oh yeah, I know about Aldingbourne Country Centre. I've seen your garden. That was really good. I didn't know you did that. It creates opportunities that would not otherwise be there.
I think the Aldingbourne Trust makes a huge difference to the people we support. People have a role and value. They're respected and involved in all aspects of the trust, in what we do. It's been a privilege to be involved for 7 years, and I've seen individuals really grow and develop and take on new challenges in lots of different ways. I think we're one of the real creative providers out there, and I'm really glad to be a part of it.
I never really knew that places like this, like the drop-in centre, like the country centre, existed, and I wasn't aware of any of the supported living services. So now it means that I understand what goes on, and I sort of have a clearer understanding of people with learning disabilities are able and can live a normal life, the same as everybody else, with just a little bit of help. And it's nice to know there are places out here like this, because my friend with Down syndrome still lived at home, the family was struggling, they didn't know anything, and I introduced them to the country centre. He still lives at home, but they go and visit the country centre, and they occasionally drop in here, and it's just nice to be able to show people that there is a different way of doing it. And when people talk about, you see on the news, and people talk about people with learning disabilities, it's nice to actually say, well, actually, no, it's not like that anymore. I work for the Audingbourne Trust, and this is how it's done, and this is a great place to work, and it's a great place for anybody, not just for people with learning disabilities, for families, for people that know anybody with a learning disability. Like the number 64, we've got carers coffee mornings, so any family, whether it's brother, sister, mum, dad, granddad, can come up here and just sit and chat to somebody that knows what it's like and how it can get sometimes, and just a bit of a sort of somewhere to come and relax and just chat rather than being sat at home not really knowing what to do. And they can come up here and get loads of different information, and it's nice that I can give all of that to somebody and make it a bit easier for someone else, which is really nice.